Hello everyone. Let's start with the next section of the Vajiram and Ravi June 2026 Current Affairs magazine. So, the first we will begin with maps, places, and news. That is the international places. Okay. Now, see the first place here is San Andreas Fault, and what is the most important point you have to remember from it. See, we don't need to remember each and every point. Okay, I have told you it from the beginning only. So you don't need to read all these and remember all these. I have marked the important point. You can read only those points. So see, San Andreas Fault. It is located in the California. Okay, and it is a transform fault. What is transform fault? Those which slide passes each other. We have a convergent, we have a divergent, and we have a transform fault. Convergent where the two plates converge. That is, they come to each other. Then divergent where they diverge, like Middle Ridge. And the third, we have transform fault. That is, they slide past each other. So this San Andreas fault is a kind of transform fault. So this 2 points you have to remember, that is, it is in California and it is a transform fault. Coming to the next, the news is about a region, that is Volcan de Fuego. So only remember that it is a Central American volcanic arc. Nothing more important. If you can remember this much, then remember, or else not needed. The next is Venezuela. It was a news, and Venezuela, what can we remember from it? So first of all, what are the adjoining countries near to Venezuela? So there is Colombia in the west, Brazil in the south, Guiana in the east, and Caracas in the, of course, in the north. I guess. Okay. Okay, sorry, Caracas is its capital. So there are three countries, that is Colombia in the west, Brazil in the south, Guiana in the east, and Caracas is its capital. And already we have learned about Caracas in yesterday's class. Like, I will show you here. Yeah, so this news, that is Venezuela's acting president visit to India. So here, see here it is mentioned, that is this news or announcement had come from Washington, not from New Delhi or Caracas, because New Delhi is the capital of India and Caracas is the capital of Venezuela. So no, it has came from Washington. Okay, so this was a news. We have yesterday discussed it. So yeah, coming to here. So Colombia, Brazil, and Guiana, the border Venezuela. Capital is Caracas. Remember it. Then world's largest or highest waterfall is here. That is the Angel Falls. Now the next important news which you can remember from it is Venezuela. If we're reading about America or Southern America, we can say Latin America. Then we have a Mercosur agreement. Okay, Mercosur agreement. Now Venezuela has been suspended from this Mercosur from 2016. Okay, and what is this Mercosur? It is a South American regional economic bloc. And which countries are currently present in this Mercosur? Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Bolivia. Okay, so this is important. You have to remember it. And India has signed preferential trade agreement, not free trade. It's preferential trade agreement in the Mercosur with the Mercosur. Okay, so just remember this. This is important. That is, Mercosur agreement is a South American regional economic bloc, and Venezuela has been suspended from it from 2016. And who are the members currently? Remember it. And India has signed preferential trade agreement with Mercosur. Okay. And another fact about Venezuela is it's the world's largest oil reserves. Okay, so it has world's largest oil reserves. Okay, next is Bolivia. Now Bolivia, what we have to remember. So first is here is the Lake Titicaca, and in this Lake Titicaca there is Titicaca giant frog, which is endemic to this region. So remember it. Titicaca giant frog is of Lake Titicaca, which is in Bolivia and is endemic. This frog is endemic to this region. Next, Bolivia. If we read about Bolivia, then the first thing which should come to the mind is it comes within the lithium triangle region. That is Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia. And this lithium triangle region, it accounts for 50% of the global reserves of lithium in the world. Okay, and if possible, remember its capital, that is Sucre. So Venezuela was Caracas and Bolivia is Sucre. Then the next, Giant's Causeway, not important, not more need to remember it. Then Norway. So Norway, why it is in news? So Norway is imposing a near ban on the use of generative AI tools by elementary school pupils and for older children to prevent a negative impact on learning. So you can use it in your answer writing. That is, if some questions come like AI's use or impact on education or on children or the school going children, and also you can write this as a we can say na international example kind of thing. So you can write it. Next important is Norway, Finland, Sweden. Okay, they form the part of Scandinavian countries. And if we are reading this, then we should know about Baltic nations as well. So there are some Baltic nations, or we can call them Baltic states. So what are those? They are Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Okay, these are the Baltic nations. And this much is important from this article, nothing more. The next is State of Messina. So no, you can skip it, no needed. There is Wangchu hydroelectric project. Now what is it all about? So here Wangchu hydroelectric project is on the river Wangchu, Raitak, tributary of Brahmaputra. And the significance is, what is the significance? First of all, it is with Bhutan. Okay, it is on Bhutan, and first India Bhutan hydroelectric project under 5,000 megawatts, and it meets Bhutan's water demand. It is not winter, it is water demand, and we can just cut it and write here. It is about Bhutan's water demand and export surplus power to India. Okay, so remember this was that it is on Wangchu Redak, Wangchuk or Redak river, that is a tributary to the Brahmaputra, and it is a deal between India and Bhutan, Wangchu hydroelectric project. Now the next is Lake Baikal. So what you should remember from it? First of all, what is the definition of a lake? So a lake is an area or a water body which is still water, okay, landlocked and disconnected from ocean. These are the three main determinants, or we can say factors to which we can determine is it a lake or not. The still water, landlocked and disconnected from ocean. The next is, first of all, Lake Baikal is the oldest, deepest and freshwater lake by volume. Okay, it is a freshwater lake, and remember, by volume, not by area. Now, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Then, what is the largest lake? It is the Caspian Sea. So, Caspian Sea is the largest lake by area, but remember that it is brackish or salt water lake. But if we consider freshwater lake, then we have Lake Superior, that is in North America, as the largest by area. Okay, largest by volume freshwater lake is Lake Baikal, and largest by area the freshwater lake is Lake Superior, that is in North America. And this much is from Lake Baikal, you have to remember. The next is Siveluch volcano, nothing important from this. You should remember one point from it is Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. So this is a disputed region between Japan and Russia, Kamchatka Peninsula. Just remember this much, nothing more important. Now the next is national places in news. So here what all we have to remember. So first of all, Kithai 2 hydroelectric project. So what we have to remember it is. The first is, it is on the Chenab River. Kithai project, hydroelectric project on Chenab River in Jammu Kashmir. The next is, you have to remember that after the Pahalgam terror attack, so two major hydroelectric projects on this Chenab River are Dulhasti and Ratle. Okay, and the total altogether some major projects on Chenab River are Sawalkot, Dulhasti, Ratle, Pakaldul, Kwar, Kiru, Kithai. So it can come as a match of following that which hydroelectric project belongs to which river. So there you can just use this. So these are the hydroelectric projects on Chenab River. And another is important point from this is this project site, that is the Kithai hydroelectric project on the Chenab River in the Jammu and Kashmir. It is a habitat of Chilgoza pine tree. Now we have to remember a very important. Okay, so we have to remember points related to Chilgoza pine tree. So first of all, it is native to the northwestern Himalayan region and is a slow growing tree. Okay, remember, it is a slow growing tree and it is native to northwestern Himalayan region. It is found in India, Pakistan and Afghanistan region, and it is nearly threatened in its IUCN category. Nearly threatened. The next is, it have a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic means positive in both the sides. No one gets negatively affected. So positive relationship. Both have positive results. So symbiotic relationship, that is with Eurasian nutcracker. And what is this Eurasian nutcracker? See, UPSC can put that. What is this Eurasian nutcracker? A bird or an insect or a fish or like anything. So you should remember it is a native bird to northwestern Himalaya. Okay. So these are the major points you should remember about Chilgoza pine tree. Okay. Now coming to the next, the Masroor rocket temples. So now what is important in this? This is in the Himachal and is called as the Ellora of the Himalayas. And its architecture is Nagara architecture. Deities worshipped here are Shiva, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana. The unique feature of this temple is it faces northeast. Unlike most east-facing Hindu temples. So mostly the Hindu temples are of east-facing, but it faces northeast. Now, 15 temples have been carved from a single rock. So in this temple, 15 temples have been carved from a single rock. So remember the major points if you can remember. If you can't remember all, then just ignore it. So Masroor rocket temples is known as the Ellora of the Himalayas, found in Himachal Pradesh and Bias River. Then Nagara as a tile architecture. This much. No need to remember much. And it is a monolithic temple complex. Okay, done. The next is Kishau Dam project. So what you have to remember from it? See, it is a proposed project. It has not been completely mandated or it is a fixed permanent project. No, it has proposed project. So no need to remember anything from it. When it will come, we will remember in the future classes. So we should remember the main thing from this content is Tans River is the largest tributary of the Yamuna River. Just remember this much. Tans River is the largest tributary of the Yamuna River, and this project has been proposed on the Tans River. Okay. Coming to the next one, Mukundra Hills Tiger Reserve. So it is located in Rajasthan as well as the Chambal River region, and it acts as a tiger corridor between Ranthambore and Kuno National Park. Okay, Mukundra Tiger Reserve. Remember it that it is a tiger corridor between Ranthambore and Kuno National Park, and it lies in the Rajasthan and Chambal River region. Then is the Majuli Island. So its location, the Brahmaputra River, Assam. Okay, Majuli Island is located in the Brahmaputra River, Assam, and is the world's largest river island. The tribes present here is important. That is Mishing, Deori, Sonowal, Kachari. Can come that which these tribes they belong to which region. So they belong to Assam, and it is the center of Neo Vaishnavism. Remember it. Then is famous for Satras. What is Satras? Satras is monastic center. That is where there are preservation of art forms. Then Satriya dance. Satriya dance means it is a storytelling art form, and it is one of our 8 classical dances. Remember it. Satriya dance, a type of storytelling art form, and is one of the 8 classical dances. Okay, and it has this bhavna. Bhavna is a type of theatrical presentation. Okay, so this is all about the Majuli Island. Next we have Simlipal Tiger Reserve. So it is in Mayurbhanj, Odisha. The most important fact is it is named after the simul tree, that is silk cotton tree, and it have 2 waterfalls, that is Zoranda and Barehi Pani, and highest peak is Meghashani. And remember that the Simlipal is a deciduous type of forest, and here the tree is a deciduous, and the dominant tree is sal tree. So this much is all about simile part. Okay, but remember this deciduous fact. It can come in the exam. Okay. The next, Brahmani River. So Brahmani River, the main why it is in news now. A recent study found microplastics carrying toxic heavy metals contaminating the Brahmani River in the Vitrakanika Wildlife Sanctuary. So this Vitrakanika Wildlife Sanctuary is the home to saltwater crocodiles, which is least concern in the IUCN category. Now, so the location is Odisha. The major thing to remember it is Brahmani River forms on the confluence of the Sangh and South Koel rivers, and its tributaries are Sangh, Tikra, and Karu. Okay. Then is Kinnera Sani Wildlife Sanctuary. So it is in Telangana on the right bank of the Godavari River, and Kinnera Sani River, it is a tributary of the Godavari River, and tribes here are Koya and Gond. So not not any major things to remember from it. If you can remember, then it's okay, or you can just ignore it, because we have many things to remember. We can't remember all. Okay, and if possible, watch this video on 1.5x speed. It will be better for you. Okay, so no need to watch it in a very slow pace. The next is Berijam Lake. So Berijam Lake is like we have it in Tamil Nadu. Remember it. Okay, and it is an artificial lake. This is a fact you have to remember. This Berijam Lake is an artificial lake and is located in Tamil Nadu. Okay, and this much is all about Berijam Lake. Then Thamirabarani River. Now it is in Tamil Nadu, and remember this, that it is the only perennial river flowing entirely within the state. Okay, so the only perennial river flowing entirely within the state is this Thamirabarani River. It is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, it is also known as Tamraparni or Porunai. Okay, so this is the news, and why it is in news now, because it has expressed concern about there has been expressed concern by the researchers about declining otter population in Tamil Nadu's Thamirabarani River due to increasing habitat destruction. Okay. So this is all about to remember from for this national news. Now coming to the important seas of the world. So what are all important to remember from this? So first is the Bering Sea. So it lies between the Alaska and Russia and connects Pacific with Arctic via Bering Strait. And it is a major commercial and fisheries spot and a climate change hotspot. So this one, Russia and Alaska, US. Here is the Bering Sea and this is the Bering Strait. Okay. And what is a strait? So strait is one which connects water bodies and separates two land masses. So it connects two water bodies and separates two land masses. We write here two, connects two water bodies and separates two land masses. So here you can see that this Bering Strait is connecting two water bodies as well as it divides two land masses, that is Russia and Alaska. Okay, the Bering Strait and Arctic Ocean and Russia and Alaska here. Okay, then is the North Sea. What to remember for it? That it is between Great Britain and continental Europe. So nothing much from it. Then is the Sea of Azov. That is, it connected to the Black Sea through the Kerch Strait. And Sea of Azov is the world's shallowest sea. Okay, it is the world's shallowest sea with low salinity due to Don and Kuban rivers. Remember that it is the world's shallowest sea, and it has low salinity because rivers drain into it, and there is fresh water draining into it. Salinity reduces, and it is connected to the Black Sea through the Kerch Strait. Now, Kerch Strait was in use for Russia and Ukraine conflict. Okay, so next is Caspian Sea. That is, it is the world's largest enclosed inland water body, and it is an area of rich oil and natural gas reserves. Okay, so we have already learned that Caspian Sea is the world's largest lake according to area, but it is a saltwater brackish lake. The next is Black Sea. Now here, what is the feature? What about its fact that deep anoxic, that is oxygen deficient water here has been found. And what is the major important from these all we can see? North Sea, there is Sea of Azov, then there is Black Sea. So let's see this. So yeah, see. So the Sea of Azov, see here, it has been connected. See, the Sea of Azov has been connected to the Black Sea to the Strait of Kerch. Okay, this one, Strait of Kerch. Now, this Black Sea has been connected to the Sea of Marmara, to the Bosporus Strait, and this Sea of Marmara has been connected to Aegean Sea to the Dardanelles Strait. This Dardanelles Strait, we have learned about it yesterday, and this is all now we are reading. That is Bosporus Strait, it connects the Sea of Marmara with the Black Sea, and Strait of Kerch, it connects the Black Sea with the Sea of Azov. So this is the map, you can take a look. Okay, now Sea of Japan, so nothing more important to remember from it, you can skip it. Then Adriatic Sea, just remember the location, that is between Italy and Balkan Peninsula. This one, Adriatic Sea. So here there is Italy and you have Adriatic Sea. Okay, these are the Balkan Peninsula. Okay, now Mediterranean Sea, what is important here? It is between Europe, Asia and Africa, connected to Atlantic via Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, so here the main fact is Strait of Gibraltar. What to remember from here? That is, here see the map, this is Mediterranean Sea, and it connects here, you can see a small blue water body. So this is not a small, this is the Atlantic Ocean here. Okay, I'm writing it here, Atlantic Ocean. Now this Atlantic Ocean is connected to the Mediterranean Sea through the Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, so connecting for the strait connects two water bodies, Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Sea, and two land masses. So it is connecting here the African continent, and here it is the Europe. Okay, so yeah, this much. And the next, Red Sea. So Red Sea, what all we can remember from it? First of all, this is a news, of course, due to the Gulf country or the Western Asian conflict. And the major thing to remember is which countries border the Red Sea region. So there is a mnemonic that is here you can see Daisy. Okay, the mnemonic is Daisy. D stands for Djibouti, E stands for Eritrea, S stands for Saudi Arabia, S stands for Sudan, E stands for Egypt. Sorry, Eritrea has been repeated here. Another E stands for Egypt, and Y stands for Yemen. Okay, so this is the mnemonic of the countries connecting the Red Sea. That is Djibouti, Eritrea, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Egypt, and Yemen. The next is South China Sea. So see what is in news. Now connects to the Indian Ocean via Strait of Malacca. So remember that South China Sea lies in the Western Pacific region and it connects to the Indian Ocean via the Strait of Malacca. What is the important thing here? That is around 1/3 of the global maritime trade passes through it, and major territorial disputes here are Spratly, Paracel, and Scarborough Shoal. Okay, so these all are the important news of South China Sea. So we have completed the map section, and in the next class we'll be starting with the social issues. Thank you everyone.